Yeah, he. What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I'm back with something new. Actually, I'm here by myself, but I'm just getting started. Get the podcast, well, little live stream started. And because I'm not going to be here long, and for those of you that are going to join late, just go back and and go through what I may have said. But anyway, for those of you that may not know, I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. I am, and it's crazy. My grandmother put me. Just giving you a little background if I get into the episode. My grandmother always put me on the show. She put me on the Game of Thrones, and it was to me, like I said, it was so good that I worked because I didn't get on until it's about season three, season four. But my grandmother told me, "Hey, you should check it out." And I've been seeing it on cable. I don't give a fuck about that Knights of the Old Republic, old school shit. It's always used to say, you know what I mean? And I watch the first show. She taught me, if you like it, I'll buy your game. The game, if you don't like it, I'll buy your game. I'm sorry. So it was so good that me and my wife, we watched the first three or four seasons that whole weekend. We went from, the first season. So I think it was either we went through 1 through 3 or 1 through 4. I'm sorry, we went to 1 through 4. And we were caught up. I'm sorry, 1 through 3. We were caught up because the new season started that Sunday. So we were caught up from 1, 2, 3. Watch how many episodes we watched back to back, Friday, Saturday, all day Sunday, and caught the new show when it came on Sunday at 9 o'clock. So I was like, and it blew like, oh my god, it blew me away. I mean, I couldn't believe like this is the show. Now listen, I hope HBO keeps the show, whatever the case, because HBO has a way of getting you into a show, whether it be True Blood, Oz, The Sopranos. Give me another thing I was watching on HBO. But anyway, The Wire. They get you all to these shows and then they take them off the air. You know what I mean? And like I said, what I've learned though, Game of Thrones is based on the book. You know what I mean? And so people are already caught up to snuff. They read the books already. Like I said, I don't want to read any books. I just want to sit and watch it every Sunday. So anyway, this is season 6, episode 3. Now starting off last episode, you see my man Jon Snow lead out, and you had the Queen of Light, the Princess of Light, doing her humla all over his body. You know what I mean? So it was like, damn. But let me stop right there. It ended last season with Jon Snow getting knifed out, and it was like, damn. And I thought he was gone. Let me tell you something, because looking around on YouTube, I seen that Catelyn Stark was supposed to come back as Lady Stoneheart. The Lords of the Light supposed to found her body out and brought her back to life, and we never seen her. So I'm waiting for like the Starks to get their revenge. Like to me, like every character that I fall in love with on the Game of Thrones, they end up killing them. And like, damn, like I can't wait for the Starks to get their get back. Ever since they cut off Ned Stark's head and pushed the little brother out of the window, but this show has a way of making the guys that you love to hate into your favorite characters of the show. Like I hated the Lannisters, but this season I see me rooting for the Lannisters because I can't stand the what do you call the High Sparrow. I can't stand them, so now I'm rooting for the Lannisters for them to win. I was sad that they killed Cersei's daughter. Those they gave her the poison, they kissed her on the lips, and she died. So I'm like, damn. Now you see me, rooting for the Lannisters. Like in season 1 or whatever, season 1, season 2, I hated Jaime. You know what I mean? Like I'm a god. But then I seen that he had some good qualities to him because he protected the woman knight that's out there who found Jesus Christ, I'm bad with names. Talking about the big night lady. He protected her when they was going to rape her and all this stuff. So like I said, damn, Jaime's not really that bad, but the dude is banging his sister, very very nasty. But so anyway, like I said, Game of Thrones has a way of taking the characters that you hate and making them into your favorite characters. They have a way of doing that. So anyway, getting back, like I said, so in the end of season 5, you see Jon Snow getting knifed out, and he got stabbed up by the Night's Watch. Anyway, don't get me wrong; they were jealous of Jon Snow. They, because he's a leader, a natural born leader, and people, have the way of flocking to him. So the old regime at the Night's Watch, whatever case, they were very jealous of Jon Snow. But the old guy that used to run it, he took a liking to Jon Snow and to his little fat apprentice. You know what I mean? So when Jon became the leader of the Night's Watch, whatever came, you had the old commander leader. You know what I mean? He didn't take light to that. You know what I mean? So in season 5, I'm just getting you guys that may be new or may not even watch the show, just giving you a backdrop. So season 5, Jon went out and got the wildlings because you know what? At the end of the day, Jon sees the humanity in them. Don't get me wrong, the wildlings do a lot of bad and fucked up shit when they come from over that wall, raping and robbing and killing. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean, they're just trying to survive at the end of the day, you know what I mean? But like I said, he's saying if the White Walkers kill them, that's another be a big part of their army. And like I said, beyond that wall, they got giants. I mean, they got actually fucking giants. So anyway, this what causes the beef at Castle Black within the White Night's Watch, and that he went and got the wildlings and brought them beyond the wall. You know what I mean? So so the old regime didn't like that because it's like it reminded me of like a blood and Crip beef. You know what I mean? They want to make peace, but it's hard to make peace with somebody you done killed your brother, then killed your sister, then killed your mother. Now you're talking about some peace. Nah. And that's how the old regime of the Night's Watch fought. I done lost a lot of good friends to fighting this war against the wildlings. And now you want to talk about peace and no. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, Jon went and got all these hundreds of thousands of wildlings, brought them back or beyond the wall. So at night, they left a note down there called Jon Snow was traitor. They knifed him up. Boom. So that's how it ends off in season 5. You see him out there bleeding in the snow. And believe me, the last words that he said was Ghost. If you don't know, Ghost is his wolf. Now, it was a Stark tradition. Stark has their wolf. That's what they're known for. They're wolves. So, we called him a wolf, because his brother has I forget what you call the power for. Hey, Chanel. She can't have me. Anyway, his little brother has the power. He can go into animals and like ghosting or whatever. I don't know, whatever you call it. He has the power, the gift to go into animals and see, different things, whatever the case may be. So I thought that was going to happen with Jon, and he said ghost. That's the wolf. You see the wolf start going crazy and shit. So anyway, there's a rumor that actually, Jon Snow is not really Ned Stark's son, his bastard son. And the reason why his name is not Jon Stark because he's a bastard, we never see who Jon Snow's mother is, you know what I mean? But they lead them to the saying that maybe Jon Snow is the Mad King's son, by Ned Stark's sister. And Ned Stark's sister had Ned Stark promised that you would raise Jon Snow as your own and keep this secret, you know what I mean? Because Ned Stark's best friend was Robert Baratheon, the king, he was the king of, of the other seasons. This is how you got the new kid. Wait, just follow me. I know it's a lot of shit for you guys that may not watch the show. It's a lot of stuff, but I'm just trying to tie it together. So anyway, there's a rumor saying that Jon Snow is really old girl's brother, half brother. They have their dragon blood in them. So I thought maybe Jon was gonna come back to life when they put him in the fire. And just the way how she, when she went in the fire, came out with the dragon eggs. But no, and also the Gimp, they also were saying that he's also a illegitimate son of the Mad King. You know what I mean? That's why he's short and all fucked up. But that's why the father hated him so much. Wasn't so much that even though he's a Lannister, wasn't so much that he killed his mother going birth, because the king had a thing for his wife, and he think that his king may have had slept with his wife. So you got 3 dragons, and with Poster Bride, the 3 dragons, you have the girl with the white hair. And listen, like I said, I've been drinking a little wine. I'm a little tipsy right now. I should have waited to do this damn show, so my mind is all over the place. But anyway, you got 3 dragons. So Tywin Lannister, not Tywin Lannister, I'm sorry, the little short guy, he supposed to ride a dragon. That's why the dragons didn't attack him in the basement last episode. Jon Snow was supposed to ride a dragon, and you got the queen, she's supposed to ride a dragon, you know what I mean? And they supposed to defeat the White Walkers with fire. So anyway, that's the rumor that's floating around in the net. So anyway, you had the Queen of Light, which is like a 1,000 fucking years old. She's like fucking 1,000,000 years old. You see that at the end of last episode, you know what I mean? Because she's down and out. She predicted that the other guy was supposed to be the leader of the free world, more or less, for lack of many words. And she killed that little girl, to give her life. So they take a life, to bring life back from the dead, you have to give a life. So they burnt that girl. So they thought they needed that for him to win the war. But I mean, really, that's what brought back Jon Snow. Is when that girl died. Like I said, I've been reading little stuff here and there. That's how Jon Snow was able to come back from the dead. And I'm happy that they started to show off with that, him getting up off the table. You know what I mean? I was like, damn. So as he comes up off the table, he's looking like, damn, I should have been dead. And they asking him, what did you see? Like, I seen nothing but darkness. That's it. So the old girl, the witch, she got a lot of questions, you know what I mean? And Jon Snow right now really ain't got no answers. Now, when you become a part of the Night's Watch, you have that sworn duty until death. Now, technically, Jon Snow done died already, so they done murdered him. So and being that he done came back from the dead. I'm sorry. That's it. He didn't fulfill his oath. Like that's it. That he don't owe them nothing else. So, like I said, I'm happy that they started the episode off with that. With him coming back from the dead, and that's what they end the show with. Like, oh my God, I hope they don't wait to the end. But he doesn't really have many scenes. But he's walking down his steps. He embraces his brothers, and everybody, of course, is looking at him like he's a god or something. He just came back from the dead. Boop, 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 bop. So, of course, they had to kill the people that betrayed him, that murdered him. You know what I mean? I could see they voted him out of power. They stuck a knife in him. Even the little guy that he saved, little guy that he took a liking to, he had them all hung. Yeah. And as he had them hung, he took off his Night's Watch jacket. He gave it to his best man and said, "Here, you're now the commander of the watch. My job here is done." Now, you can see, because I'm gonna jump a little far in the episode. You got the Bolton guy, crazy as all hell. They captured the youngest Stark. They captured him, killed the wolf, and caught the wildling girl that he was rolling with. I didn't see the giant. I don't know what the hell the giant is at. I didn't see the giant, but they captured them. You know what I mean? And so now the crazy Bolton has a Stark, but there's going to be a war because of, the Stark girl that he married. He abused her, treated her like shit, and she still wants revenge for her father. All the Lannisters that betrayed her father. She lost a lot, man. You had Arya Stark out there becoming the face of no one. Like, these Starks have been through so much. Like, they are my favorite family within the show because, like I said, in the day, I normally watch a show and I root for the bad guy, but like that. This is the game. But listen, guys, if you don't watch it, you got to watch it. It really pulls at your heartstrings. I should have waited to do this shit tomorrow, but hey, fine, fuck it. It is what it is. So anyway. And like I said, I'm gonna do these weekends. Every week I'm gonna do it. The next show I'm gonna do is gonna be much, but I'm gonna have my notes and everything set up. I'm probably gonna get my wife on here too. She's a big Game of Thrones fans. But I said I like Game of Thrones. I love it. I love it. I love it. So anyway, pause. So they show the episode that he has one of the Starks, and I hope he don't cut his penis off because that dude is a weirdo. Lehon, what's my man name? The guys, the king of the water. The princes and kings of the water. Those guys there. He cut my man penis off. Like, this guy's a sadistic fuck. This Bolton, he even killed his father in the last episode because his father had, like, this motherfucker's a mad dog. He should have put that motherfucker to sleep, but this motherfucker was so crazy that he killed his stepmother and his half brother, a baby. Like, this Joker is wow. You know what I mean? But so anyway, about, like I said, episode 3, I'm gonna tell everything the goddamn story. But you got Arya Stark. She's off becoming an assassin. And you see that she finally, it reminds me of a kung fu movie. They keep getting your ass whooped. Then she finally got it. She drunk the water, got her eyesight back. But like I said in the day, I wonder what they're going to do with her character. Because like I said, she has her little hit list. And I hope, like I said, with Game of Thrones, it's like nobody's guaranteed to make it. No one's guaranteed to live, man. Like, like you get behind rooting for someone, that person can be taken away in the blink of an eye. Like I said, you just got to say, just because I hope that she's young, I hope that they keep her character within the story. Now, I don't know if, like I said, this Game of Thrones is going to go according to the books. Because like I said, Lady Stoneheart was Catelyn Stark. She was supposed to come back and get revenge on the Freys. Like, we have yet to see her yet. Because remember, her son was supposed to marry one of the Freys, and at the wedding, if you don't know, they betrayed them, cut all their throats and all that shit. So that was a couple seasons ago. We have yet to see Lady Stoneheart yet, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, but anyway, so she got her eyesight back. She's training to be an assassin of the many-faced gods. You have that plot going on, and then you have her brother who, is with the crow, the three-eyed crow, and she's going back, and they're going back, I'm sorry, to when Ned Stark was young, when he had that fight. and you hear the baby and the sister up in the castle, and that's Jon Snow, and he wants to know, like, you know what I mean, he wants to see what the hell happened. But the three-eyed crow was like, you can't go back and rewrite history. So they about to find that Jon Snow was not really their father's son. You know what I mean? That he really was his sister's son. But his sister, made him promise to, this is what I heard, but it makes sense now. Made him promise to raise him as your own, because Ned Stark is a very righteous dude, and like, you don't cheat, you don't, like, like, he played anything by the book. So I remember his friend Robert Baratheon was teasing him, was like, I would like to see the whore that makes you cheat on your, go against your vows. I mean, I remember them teasing him about that a couple seasons ago. And I believe it was in season 1, when Jon Snow went to join the wall, he asked him about his mother, because he doesn't know his mother. And he said, I'm gonna tell you about your mother the next time I see you. But of course, they never see each other again. And he had his head cut off, you know what I mean? But I think the worst character ever in the history of Game of Thrones is Joffrey. That little motherfucker was sadistic. Like, he was a fucking madman. Like, he, like, you know what I mean? He was a fucking madman. Like I said, I like when people get killed that need to get killed. Like, you know what I mean? But it seemed like the person you always root for in Game of Thrones always get fucking taken out, man. Always get fucking taken out. Like, I'm gonna take to the comment section. I hope that you guys in here are Game of Thrones fans. Like I said, we can talk about it for like 20 minutes. Bug the fuck. Like I said, I'm gonna do these every week. Just hang out. Because I'm gonna try to get my wife to join it also. But she's so damn shy. I don't know. She talks all that shit around the house, but she's shy as hell. I'm going to the comment section. Okay, what I got here in the comment section. Recon died. I'm going to the top of the. I'm going to the top. Yeah, so I'm here. I'm rocking out with you guys live. You know what I mean? Hey, Chanel. Yeah, I'm doing a Game of Thrones hangout. I'm right on camera, so you ain't gotta be shy. You want to tell the people what's your favorite part of episode 3? For my car? Well, you about to move my car? Oh, all right, I'm about to take. Sure, awesome. I gotta go pick up. Where, camera? I gotta get her shit. Huh? I gotta get her shit. Where? Okay, hey, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. All right, all right, what do you got here? Hodor is going to become a King's Guard. Come on. Wait. I'm trying to get to the bottom of the thing here. Recon dies. Isn't it? It was a. Well, hold on. I'm trying to get to the bottom of the chat here. All right, here we go. All right. So what did you guys think about episode 3? Anybody got anything to add to this? But yeah, I love to see Dawn. See, what happened in Dawn, I respect, I respect that, but I didn't like the fact that I don't like when they spill innocent blood. You know what I mean? Now, I can understand that what's going on in Dawn. They were mad about their brother not avenging, her husband's death. I get that. And not even that even their sister, him not lashing out against that. But he was basically saying, I have people to people to feed, and he was, and trying to keep people alive. You know what I mean? But so they were mad at him for not going back to war and killing the Lannisters. So they done overthrown him, you know what I mean, and killed his son, his heir, and killed his wife. You know what I mean? Even though she was a Lannister, but she was innocent. You know what I mean? So like I like what's it called? The lady sand snakes. What you call them, bitches? Dawn is done. Nigga, Dawn. Dawn isn't Dawn. The hell y'all nigga Dawn? The hell y'all talking about in there? You guys have anything to say about season 3? I'm in this motherfucker by myself. Okay, Pharaoh. I guess you read the books. You know, I mean, the books. But what do you think about is the actual show a good adaptation of the actual books? Like I said, I've never read the books, and you guys know that. Even you guys that read the book, is the books as good as the show? Of course, probably the books are probably better because you get to put more detail in the book. You got to condense everything into an hour episode, so you can't put everything that's in the book inside the episode. But it's a good, is it a good, is the book? I'm sorry, is the show as good as the book? Basically, what I'm saying. For those of you that may have read the book, this shit moves so fast. He said it's not even close. The books are better, of course. Okay, so it's like PlayStation and an Xbox. All right. So, what was your favorite? What was your favorite part of season 3? Your favorite part? Of course, it's gonna be when Jon Snow came back from the dead. But you know what I mean. Um, I can't wait to, you know what I mean, when her dragons come back to, to rescue her. I don't like them Dothraki people. Like, they're very arrogant. I don't like them motherfuckers, man. You know what I mean? I can't, man. I don't really care for them Dothraki people, man. They're just fucked up. And I want, you know what I mean, let's go start the little Stark girl, the many-faced god assassin. I want her to get some get back. I want her to go, because they don't want her to stick to her list of people that she has to kill. You know what I mean? They basically say those lives are not for her to take. But I want her to get some get back, But she still holds some part of herself. But you see, she didn't throw away her little sword that Jon Snow gave her a couple seasons ago. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, I'm my favorite character of the show, of course, is Jon Snow. And then after that, they got to be a little Stark girl, Avery Stark or whatever, Avery Stark, whatever you pronounce her name. She's probably my second favorite, if not my favorite, because like I said, I want to see them win. You know what I mean? But I can tell right now that Jon Snow's going to get that wildling army and go crush the fucking Boltons. That's all. I don't really care about the Lannisters anymore. They got their own shit going on with the High Sparrow and the Low Sparrow. I can tell right now that Jon Snow is going to get up the wildlings and it's probably some of the Night's Watch, and they're going to fucking crush the fucking the Bolton family. I want Jon Snow to become the head of the North, king of the North. You know what I mean? That's what I want. That's what I want. I want to see it happen. You know what I mean? They gave her a goal, but it got overwritten by many to fix God assassin plot. They ruled that already. This season has been pretty trash so far since they're diverging from the book. Right, Arya is a confusing character. Arya is that she will give up everything. Where's the point of getting the show written? I'm interested where they take the story through. Well, like I said, it's a funny thing when you have a book, because you have a book which you can have thousands of pages of detail, and you have to condense that into an hour-long episode. So everything, like I said, you can't, of course the book is going to be more detailed, But like I said, in the day, I want, more or less, I want Jon Snow to be leader of the North and to crush the Boltons. And then after they cross the Boltons, unify the North or whatever, and then go to fucking destroy the fucking White Walkers. That's it. I guess that would probably be like season 25. And they're gonna play that shit. They're gonna prolong it, but that's what I want. I want him to crush, the Boltons, that get rid of that crazed fucking donkey, and unify the North, become the leader of the North, and then go fucking kill the fucking White Walkers, man. Because that is the most important war, is the fucking dead against the living. I mean, I've gathered that now. It's the dead against the living. That's the most important thing. But on the surface, you got these families fighting against each other. You know what I mean? You got the Johnsons, the Jacksons, and the McCrays and the Hatfields all fighting, position for power. But the real fucking war is they need to fucking come together is to fucking kill the White Walkers. But in the city and stuff, they don't believe the White Walkers still exist. They think that shit is the thing of myth and fairy tales. You know what I mean? That's what the guy when Game of Thrones first come on, the first episode, you see that guy from the Night's Watch. He's running, his face is all fucking blistered up and riding around in the cold, and they thought he abandoned his watch. No, he was running from the fucking White Walkers. You know what I mean? But once I see they changed the White Walkers, they don't look the same. And in season 1, like the first episode, they looked more like shadowy figures or whatever the case. Now they look like Ice Kings. You know what I mean? Yeah. But anyway, but I'm going to spoil you. Sansa ends up on the Iron Throne. But anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 720. We'll get up out of here, man. Like I said, your boy been here sipping wine for Mother's Day. I don't even drink wine. Next week, we're gonna get together, guys. I promise. I'm gonna have my notes. I'm gonna get my wife to join too. It'll be fun, and I'll be a little more organized. But like I said, just want every week I'm gonna do a little Game of Thrones hangout. We just come in and discuss the episode, what happened on. If you're a Game of Thrones fans, come rock out with us, man. But this is your boy Next Gen 720. I'm out of here, man. Shout out to the 30 people that joined us live. Like I said, I'm tipsy as hell, man. And we out of here, man. Bang bang.